See the way he raised his hand 7 times. Merdeka. So we all shouted. See, Merdeka. I was witness to the first Merdeka celebration in 1957. You can just imagine that Merdeka will always be part of me. It would always be etched in my mind, you know.
Each Merdeka celebration brings back vivid memories for author Datin Kalsom Taib. She is one of the many lucky Malaysians who got to witness firsthand the proclamation of the independence of Malaya in 1957.
Although I was young, I was 15, my father was transferred to Kuala Lumpur in June and he was part of the organising committee. But August was a school holiday, so we came back to KL. There was a lot of excitement because over the dinner table, my father would share about Tunku Abdul Rahman, Tun Razak, who was involved, who was in the delegation, who went off to London to get the independence for Malaya then. We had a good teacher, you know, Miss Ting Weng Lian, at that time in Form 3 when I was in Sultan Ibrahim Girls' School in Johor Bahru. She briefed us, she shared with us what Merdeka was. She said that when we have Merdeka, in simple language, that we will be ruled by our own people. No more by colonial. The money that we have from rubber, from tin, will now be kept in Malaysia to develop the country. It was very simple, you know.
The 79-year-old is a retired human resources practitioner who spent years working in corporations such as Shell and Nestle. She has also written several books, including a biography on her father, the late Tan Sri Taib Andak, former Felda and Maybank chairman.
So when the day came, I went for 2 Merdeka events. The night before the 31st, that is on the 30th, I followed my father to the Selangor Club Padang. Just before midnight, there was a raised platform. Then Tunku Abdul Rahman, Tun Razak, Tun Sambatan and Tun Tan Chen Lok, all the 4 of them were on the dais. There were 2 flag poles, one of which bore the Union Jack, the other the flag of the Federation of Malaya. Yeah. Then when the clock struck 12, you know, you can see the Union Jack was slowly lowered down. Then the Federation of Malaya flag slowly went up. I saw that. Then Tunku Abdul Rahman said, shouted, at the stroke of midnight, a new nation is born. A nation that will stand forth free and independent. Seram, you know, when he said those. Then he shouted, Merdeka, 7 times. The crowd, including myself, shouted with him, Merdeka, you know. We were so emotional, you know. Merdeka, freedom, freedom at last, you know. After breakfast, 7 o'clock, 7:30, we set off for Merdeka Stadium. I wore one of my favorite dress with a Peter Pan collar and Clark shoes. And my father said, bring an umbrella, he said, in case. So, of course, by the time we arrived at the stadium, the crowd was packed, it was packed. But he managed to find a strategic place just opposite, you know. I was alone. My friends were in JB, Johor Bahru. But it didn't matter me. I just sat there, umbrella drizzling. But by the time it started, the rain had stopped. I could see the sultans coming in one by one, and they were all dressed in their songket, you know, all the different colors, royal blue, orangey, you know, all going up. And finally was the Agong, who had recently been appointed, the Negeri Sembilan Agong, Tunku Abdul Rahman. The British representative of the Queen came with his pelmet feathers, you know, white pelmet. He was in white uniform, pelmet. Sir Donald McGilvery, the 2 came also. The Commissioner, handed the documents to Tunku Abdul Rahman, who then read out the proclamation of independence. There was a pause. Then Tunku cried out, "Merdeka" again, 7 times, and his cry reverberated around the stadium. And each cry invoked the crowd's passionate response, echoing "Merdeka" in return. I followed suit also, "Merdeka" in my little voice, And then the sound of the national anthem, Negaraku, was played, and the flag of independent Malaya was raised again, but this time at the stadium. And you know how I felt at that time? I was feeling like seram sejuk lah, And this feeling, of witnessing it will always be etched in my mind, of this historic day. Never did I dream that one day I will be able to share this, with others. Never. I can remember vividly. It didn't disappear from my mind. That's why you ask me now, after 64 years, I can still remember. You see, it was raining. It was raining, and I had an umbrella with me. We were there very early. Crowd, packed. Let me see whether I can find my face there.